It's our Wednesday show, so we've got our Monday open mat footage to go over. So let's pull it up. What's up, James? I don't think I've seen that Pikachu before. Pika Ramen, okay. Anyway, let's see. We've got looks like we got Colin and Joe over here on the left side. Got Tyler and his buddy Jackson, and then Victor and who's this? Danny. And Joe and Matt. Also, big props to Mike for venturing into the open mat for the first time. It's good to see him getting comfortable, wanting to put to the test all the things he's learning. And there they are going, he and Jordan going over kind of a counter to that double ankle sweep or the dummy sweep. With Jordan trying to come up to beat the knee clamp there. I think so when going over this, and I don't know if the two of them were messing around or whatever. When you're going over or when you're trying to do this, I think it really helps to get to do this move properly. You have to beat the knees with your hips. The easiest way I find to do it is one, as you go down, I think Peters was talking about this with some groups, you have to keep your back rounded. Like you want to kind of roll up into it. The other one, or the other two things are hand placement and your opposite leg placement. You can't see Jordan's right foot here, but those have to be the 2 points of contact that you get yourself up with. If you can do those two things, round your back and have those points of contact, you should be able to beat the knees and win that timing. Cole, you don't have to put the kick gloves on, bud. I'm not scared of you. Ooh, Joe with a standing guillotine thread on Colin here. Nice escape from Colin. That was good. Wrist control. He twists out of it, kind of like the Udigaishi. He didn't take Joe down with it, but he got himself safe. That's a good consolation prize. Joe immediately breaking knees. Typical. Let's see how he gets here. Inserts the butterfly hook. So loads Matt up on that leg. Cuts his angle. Comes around to the single leg twist to reverse ashi. And before Matt could tie up the triangle, he gets the leg extended. What's up, Ben? It's it's in the mail. It's on its way here. He said he held me with kitchen gloves every day. Yeah, he really hated you. Yeah, I ordered the hot tub on Wish. So it'll be here in 2 months. Okay, a little go behind. Nice. Gets behind, you can see Colin uses that underhook, slinks past him, and then goes in for this knee block, which I love. You guys know how much I love that. Blocks it, shucks him forward, gets Joe down. Very nice. Joe didn't really have a leg or an arm to break fall here, so I'm glad he turned at the last minute and didn't break his fall with his face. That wouldn't have been pleasant. Jackson on there we go. Tree topping him with the single. All right. I like that Tyler's teaching him some stuff. All right, Joe working with the mount position, getting the elbow up high. planting his head, making it difficult for Matt to bring that arm down. But Matt's got it against the mat. We're looking right here. It's going to be hard to sneak that into an arm triangle position. Let's see what Joe does with it. And since I don't have Mike's second set of eyes here, you guys, as always, please point out anything I'm missing when I'm focusing on one group. There we go. Now Joe's getting to a better spot. He's got that elbow elevated, and he didn't even have to leave mount. How did he get that up there? Okay, good. So it looks like he uses a bit of a hand assist, brings the hand in underneath. Is that what gets it up? There it is. Yeah, right to the elbow. A little push. That's going to bring the arm in front of Matt's body. That's a tough one to work from. If that arm gets too parallel with the shoulder line, it's really, really hard to win that position back. Got to make that progress when the elbow is above the shoulder line. Danny with the sweep. He's working from this bottom half position. Gets his underhook. And just like that, gets the sweep pretty easy. Just got to get that knee through though. There it is. Dude, what are Colin and Joe doing over here? Oh my god. Goes in body block. Joe goes for the throw. He gets it. Colin trying to roll through it. And a real wrestler's reaction approach to that. But Joe keeping good control of the shoulder line, preventing Colin from turning his hips down and keeping his back exposed to the mat. It was really good control. Really good counter by Joe too. Since Colin initiated that, he's keeping good control over him too. So big bridge. Dude, Colin's flexible, man. Tosses him right back down. There we go. Colin's doing good here, getting the knees in, framing the hips, turning towards Joe, trying to get his knee-elbow connection, but Joe was able to shut it down enough. Damn, that was a hell of a round from them. We got Joe and Matt doing over here. There we go, Matt with the off balance. Starting to work an escape. Are you talking about what Colin and Joe were doing? That big like backward somersault that Colin hit. Is Brandon in the chat? Brandon, I didn't get to roll with you yesterday, man. I owe you a roll. I saw you, I think, so I was working on the side, and then when I saw you, you were talking to Mike, and I was like, oh, I'll go roll with him after this. So I'm rolling over here with Tyler, who really wanted to kill me. And then you left, man. I didn't get to roll with you, so you'll get the next time I see you, you'll be my first. Joe with the takedown. Just circling Ronnie down. Gets her arm up pretty high there. Just break down. Ronnie's tough to strangle. Let's see if she can shut this down. What's up, Joe? We're just watching you try to strangle Ronnie here. Looks like she gives you as much trouble as she gives me. Good leg trap, though. Now you could probably get a short choke over the face. So you're starting to go for the real deal. Trying to. Oh, she slips the arm out. Yeah, she's not letting you have it easily. Starting to escape. You're trying to go to the high ball. Victor on an armbar here. Interesting grip, trying to pull his leg in. But not really doing much. I'd rather use that hand for the grip breaking. Yeah. Mike easily popped that leg off. Rather use that hand for grip breaking than cinching that leg into place. Sometimes if your opponent starts to use their legs to pendulum up, then you might need to use that leg as a crossface, and at that point a straightened leg is going to be more useful. So it isn't always essential to have it up there that close. What would Joe do here? So transitions to the armbar, the bottom side, and roll. That's what looks different about it. He's rolling towards it. Normally you could kind of maintain on your back, but Ronnie starts to turn. He turns with her. She does not look thrilled. He's cranking her down. I think he got a verbal tap there, it looks like. How dare you? How did you hurt her face? That's unacceptable. You look sincerely apologetic. It's like, I'm sorry, here's a knee on belly instead. Let's see, Tyler's still over here beating my ass. We had a great exchange here. I don't know if you may have missed it, but he was chaining together some really, really good moves. Constantly moving from one position to the next, and keeping me well under control. Here, breaking me down from turtle, getting to my back. Here, I'm just keeping my legs up, denying him the hooks, trying to create an angle so our spines are misaligned and he can't strangle me. Then what'd you do, Joe? You knee on belly. Now you go to a reverse triangle, it looks like. Looks like as soon as you locked it up, you unlocked it. Damn, bro. Just not feeling that. Meanwhile, Jordan and Matt. Let's see, Jordan's advancing through side control. Matt's shutting him down by bringing that foot to his knee, blocking, or trying to block Jordan's path to mount. That doesn't block him sufficiently, though. Yeah, I was curious if he was gonna. That was nice, Jordan. So that came from, see this little bit of daylight we get in here. Jordan finds out with his knee by bringing his knee up very high up the body. He's not going across the hip line. He's not going across like the belly button, the waist. He's bringing it up to the chest. And then now as Matt turns towards him, he's trying to bridge. He's trying to push. You can see with that attempt at the bridge, he drops his leg, and then it's just easy step over from there. It must have been. I mean, that's the whole point, right? Nothing wrong with that. Damn, Joe and Colin are still getting after it. Big Sumigashi here. So just typical principle of sweep, right? Blocking one of the bases, taking the person in that direction. It's the easy equation for a sweep. That was a good round, Joe. Nice. A little counter from this. Trying to shuck the arm off here. And then Luke with a well-timed level change goes down on the single, driving through. Playfully taking her to the wall. It's a good counter wrestling move as somebody tries to, like, you know, maybe just turn to get the collar tie off. If they don't establish a grip in their effort to get the collar tie off, you leave yourself, or they leave themselves vulnerable to that single or a double. See, we got Lenny and Big Jordan over here on the side. They've been having some firecracker rounds lately. And big shout out to Amy as well. I think this was her first open mat too, that she was hanging around and having some fun. So love to see it. Cole with the sweep. So he gets the butterflies in. A little double ankle sweep with butterflies. You don't really see that frequently. Cole's in his innovation era. What did Caleb do? Okay. Looks like did he finish that? Oh, just yeah, enough of a straight arm to make Jordan not want to continue. You don't have a dog. Good luck, Ronnie, breaking down Turtle like that. Not even Turtle, just a 4-point. Wheelbarrowing and wow. That's embarrassing, Veronica. This is like, I feel like this is something you'd see Jeff Glover do back in the day. The way Luke just took her over into a reverse mount position. Nice sweep, Cole. What's that? I won't tell anybody. Oh, Joe with the mounted triangle on Austin here. Actually, let's go a little bit further back. See what got him up here. Damn, you've been there for a minute, huh? Okay, there it is. So, we can't really see what Austin was doing here grip wise, but his left arm was low enough, maybe at the knee. Maybe Joe had it pinned to the mat like a wrist pin, and that gave him the opportunity to take a big step over. I like how deep you're driving your leg, Joe. You're not rushing through this and then falling to the side. This is really, really what I like. Taking the time, locking that up. Austin knows he's in some trouble here. That's tough, man. And then now you're going forward with digging the arms out. This is nice. I like that you roll. You don't have to roll, but it's not a bad option here, especially with how much time you took to set that up. When you rolled, you were in a good position for it. So that was nice, man. His neck wasn't big enough. What flavor was the milkshake, Josh? And what did you have at Chick-fil-A? Good guard play by Cole here, staying engaged. Double ankle sweep coming up top. Gotta keep your knees in. Cole sits right to mount. I could crush a chocolate Oreo milkshake right now. All right, Joe's working his way around to a Kimura, but Austin's hiding his back, trying to shut it down. Trying to shut down like the dorsal Kimura position. Torturing him a little bit with some knee on belly. Dangerous move there from Austin, scooping the leg, leaving one arm in, but I trust he felt confident enough to do it without putting himself in too much danger. Nice tripod sweep. Let's see how he has this one configured. So big switch, gets the ankle. So he goes right foot on the hip and that long left leg right behind Joe's right leg. Grips under his leg like he's sitting on his own hand. I like this variation. It's kind of sneaky, kind of, and very effective. Ooh, but he leaves the leg in, and now Joe smells blood in the water. Nice. Good round. Dude, I weighed less than 150 earlier. I would have 2 milkshakes right now if I could. The heaviest person on stream taking on the heaviest person in the room. No, I think Caleb's bigger than Jordan. I thought you meant in the chat, Josh. Oh, Joe with the double. Nice double on Luke there. And a rare, successful, what I call like a kind of a last ditch double, right? He's gotten snapped down. His head's real low. Luke's legs are already kind of far back on this, right? He's hiding his legs a little bit. Starts the sprawl, but Joe beats it. Gets both legs locked up and immediately turns the corner. That was really nice. That's what did it. If you stayed straight on with him, you were just going to get sprawled on. Oh, man, I wish you just sat right down in the mount. Yes, there it is. Good. Sorry, still looking over here. Ben looks like he's on a Kimura threat, maybe. Right before we see how this triangle goes. So sits to mount. Luke rolls up. Sorry, we're still looking at Luke and Joe. Joe, you're on some triangle stuff tonight, man. All right, so now you're in a little bit of a, like, you've got to dig your way into the position, right? You didn't really take the time. Not that you necessarily had the time like you did with Austin. Luke's kind of got you off balance here. So as soon as you pull that leg out, you're on your side. Yeah, I mean, you're setting your triangle up as it seems like as early as you can, given the circumstances. Luke is hiding his arm though, so we see Joe trying to extend his hips up. Damn. Luke is he's deep in this one. I mean, he obviously like his he's not being strangled right now. I think he'd be moving a bit more if it was set in, but he's looking for an opportunity to set up that sit back escape. Honestly, he had his arms gripped under. Yeah. Yeah, when I've gotten Luke in triangles like this, he likes that grip, and it works for him. I mean, yeah, you just see it there. It works for him well. I can't really say one way or the other, like why it works. I'll have to think about that one. Why that's so effective for him. I think it really just has to do with him like keeping his arm from getting too high up and cutting off, the one half of his neck. But it's not a foolproof thing. I feel like it kind of buys him time, and then with that movement and getting you off balance and stuff, I believe that's how he ended up really escaping that. But sometimes that's what you need if you can buy a few seconds. Maybe catch your opponent when they're trying to adjust because they think they need to. You can work an escape. Good to see you resorting to close guard though, as Luke goes around. Now you've opened it and tried to go into the legs. What's going on with Jordan and Cole? What have you guys been up to? Not too much. Just rolling around on the side over here. Then we got Mike and Ben in the middle. Did I skip past everything? There's the triangle. There's the escape. Okay. We'll go from here. Yeah, he's been like hit. So Mike spent the last, I want to say like 2 months or so working on high stepping in his passing. So basically working from these upright positions. Let's see if we can find a good example here. So he's stepped around the guard at this point. Not the best example of using the high step passing, but he and I were talking about it the other day. Yeah, like right here, he's trying to get a leg in. He's going to look to bring his right foot close to Ben's hip, get Ben on his back, and then step around. But where that starts to fail, like your passing game gets a lot stronger when you can start stringing together other passing methods, and that's where that like he starts throwing in the float passing and then maybe more dynamic Toreando passing, and then like this kind of stuff where he's making this connection, pinning you, doing heavier style passing. He started to like put them together, and it's been highly effective for him. Damn, Josh bodied you, dude. And then I saw Cole over here. What was he doing? He got almost looked like a kneeling guillotine or something. Where was that? Yeah, right here. Oh, okay. Have you been hitting the gym as much as you've been hitting Chick-fil-A? I think that's a real question, man. So, been working through some leg entanglements here. I just want to point out, as you go over for this leg, well, maybe this isn't terrible. So Ben, you're using your right foot here. I think in anticipation, maybe it's slowing down Mike's turn. which isn't, it's not a bad idea. What I see you're giving up though is kind of a, well, maybe not so much. You're still in front of Mike's quad, which is important, right? That's what's going to keep the knee line in. But as you work that turn there, now Mike's leg is totally free, and probably just because you pulled that right leg through. Yeah, I think if you, maybe you're just working passing or something. Coming in for the knee cut. Working a north-south to the Kimura. Amy making her way to the back here at the end. Same with Ben. Both with that gift wrap chair sit approach. Luke finishing out the round on Joe's leg, but not breaking him down. Ooh, got Luke and Cole. Luke going real heavy on some collar ties right off the bat. Trying to break down all 245 pounds of Cole. Oh, am I going with, I think I'm going with Austin. Oh no, that's Danny. That's, just insulted myself. Danny making his way to, or no, Austin trying to get to Danny's back, but Danny rolling up into north-south. Let's see, Cole gets his pinch headlock on Luke here. Luke basing out, kind of a wide 4-point. I bet if Mike and Ronnie weren't there, Cole, I think it looks like Cole wanted to send this one. You should have done it, man. Double underhooks. All right, Cole. From this is good. I want to see you get your. Yeah, no, I could tell that was kind of you. Enough zeros. I want to see your hands get like up here, like get that double undergrip, whether it's Gable, S grip, whatever. Get them up so that Luke can't put his arms down very low. Like this is what you want. You want them nice and elevated, right? From there, you're good where you're at, seated. You don't need to treat this like a sumigashi, like that hook sweep or something like that where you fall to a side. What I really like to do here with those arms up, I'll kick them back with my butterflies and I'll stand. I'll work to a standing position and then bear hug them back. I basically do a body fold, but I start from a seated position, if that makes sense. But it's surprisingly easy to get your heels underneath you and start to stand up when you have their arms elevated and you've kicked their hips back out from underneath their shoulders. And then from there, it's fairly easy to take them over. Now, you can still probably hit a fall to a side in an elevation, like kind of a classic butterfly sweep. I'm not going to say it's impossible. Luke's probably going to make it pretty difficult. That's where he'll plant, maybe do a hip switch or something and disrupt your connection with your butterfly hooks. But try to get your arms up high and see if you can get to standing. I think you'll be able to just like fold people over surprisingly easily. And remind me next time I see you, we could talk about it more. I really like that sweep. It's gonna be, I don't know if I'll be able to show you just because I can't work from butterfly, but I'll make you do it to somebody else. Joe, this is good. Rest rounds are good. You don't need to be killing yourself every round. You even got Jordan there, and you're not bugging him to try to murder each other. Got both Jordans on the wall. Got the other one hiding right here. Oh, Caleb, I want you to hit that sit through, my man. So that's probably why you think you don't do sit throughs well, is because they're pretty weak. Like, you sit here, you sat through, but like, you've got to go, man. You've got to commit to this. Maybe, I know Ben is quite fond of that chin strap grip, so maybe that kind of gave you pause. But it's not enough to just shuck that arm off and sit him by, like, you know, sit your hip to the mat. You've got to throw your hips forward. You should be able to sit out from 99% of the people in the room. Matt's doing a good job using that kind of a threat of a triangle to keep Amy off balance. Remember, we probably don't, maybe we say it too much, maybe we don't say it enough, but Kazushi, right, off balancing, kind of the foundational principle of this sport. Look what Matt's doing here with his arm up in Amy's armpit. See, as he keeps pushing her off balance, as she's trying to square up and stay in a nice steady base, he keeps pushing her off to the side, so much so that he gets a sweep out of it. Should always be looking for ways to off balance your partner. That's what isolates limbs. That's what disrupts a base. Like, that's kind of redundant, because in a way those are the same thing, but always be off balancing. The ABCs of jiu-jitsu. Luke made his way to mount. And Cole is getting an open face chest sandwich. Everybody wants to choke Ronnie today. Welcome to being a brown belt, Ronnie. Amy's on the back. Love it. Again, she seems really fond of the gift wrap chair sit approach. But yeah, I think Matt's kind of showing her you've lost the angle here a bit. It's going to be really hard to choke from here, Amy. Yeah, there you go. In fact, I would keep going. Yep. Matt's being helpful here. And Amy, I don't know if you watch these videos, but if you do, remind me or Mike to ask us about some of the finishing mechanics of the rear naked strangle. And we can tighten this up for you. Matt taking her full on through the finishing grip here. Let's make his face turn red. There you go. All right, Mike and Joe. Oh, here we go. Here's my round with Austin. I must have cut it out. No. Okay, so this is... I want everybody to do this to Austin. This is my secret move now. It's the most muscle-y knee bar I've ever tried. But I'm literally pushing one hand on his knee, grabbing his ankle, and just trying to hyperextend his knee. And I don't think he likes it very much. I did it to him like last week, and now he sees it coming all the time. But I think it's fun. Right, Amy and Cole. Dude on the right is busy tonight. What did the one guy say? He looked like Mike looked like a sleepy trucker or something like that. I don't remember now. But he wasn't tired this day. Here he is sweeping Caleb with a knee lever. Basically. A biker. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, you're right. Cole. So, kind of a knee slide, or I'm sorry, a knee lever variation. Typically when we see this, we would see Mike stepping on the foot and then pointing his knees in this direction. Here, I think why this is working is he's got a good enough connection with, Mike's got a good enough connection with his left foot against Caleb's left knee on the outside. So he really just needs to point his left knee. And he's probably going to use this as a power leg. Ish. Kind of just sweeps him over, uses it more like a scissor sweep. I mean, I don't... Did he say that? If he did, it was all in good humor. I liked that guy. He left just as quickly as he came. We never heard from him again. Thought Master Jake lives on forever in the lore of this stream. I think Luke went over... This was the day he went over a triangle escape, right? I just bring that up because we're seeing Ben. So Ben wasn't doing what Luke taught that class, but just another. I don't even want to call this so much a triangle escape because he's not in a triangle yet. He's more exploiting some of the space that Matt has left here with this shin grip. And then he just kind of like, Ben tucks his chin down, pulls his arm in, and then pushes. You can see him with his left hand hit a little knee push here to slide right out. He retains his scoop grip on the leg. It makes it pretty easy to pass right into side control. Mike doing everything he possibly can to retain position right now, I'm sure. Oh, Caleb, almost. Caleb's doing well here to keep Mike from advancing. So Mike has gotten his knee through. Caleb's not, I mean, he's in some trouble now. But Caleb was using a hip frame. It's hard to see from here, but like right here, talk about, you know, the Kazushi we were mentioning earlier. That's what Caleb's using to try to slow down Mike's advance and maybe even try to sweep him. So Mike instead opting to knee cut out instead of knee staple. Nice, Caleb. Now the pressure's on. Good forearm across the throat. Curious if you're looking to step over here. Got that right leg kicked back pretty far. Yeah, there it is. Figured that's what you were setting up to. Looks like you just take a big high step. Yeah. All right, so we've got to work with Amy on some elbow escaping and some of the better practices from being in mount and working your way out. I don't want to see her extending her arms too much. You know, like here, she's got the arm over Cole's back. Something we got to work out with her. Putting herself in triangles here. She's scooping Cole's left leg, leaving her other arm in place in a fair bit of danger. Cole letting her work out. Fluid. It's fluid. Fluted. Nice round. All right. These two had an active one, if I remember correctly. Joe goes down for the single. Cole makes him pay. Ooh, with the belly down. That doesn't look fun. Let's look at this one more time. Here. Looks like with the muffler, little chin strap, goes over to a claw grip across the shoulder line. I don't know, Cole weighs about 250 pounds, so couldn't have been that fun. Sweep. Yeah, kind of a flower sweep there, just pushing over with the legs. Cole had a narrow base. And now Cole with his arm trapped up high. I don't know what Danny was doing there. Go for a knee cut or something, but I don't know what that was. I'm going to pick on Danny a little bit here. Oh, you know what? I can't pick on him. Caleb hit a good arm drag. That's all it was. I didn't see the grip. I was like, why would Danny just lurch across Caleb's body like this with his back exposed? It's because Caleb made him do it with an arm drag. But Danny looks like he's going to win this scramble. Maybe not. I know it's funnier that way, Caleb, but I don't think that was the case. All right, Joe on the attack here. A little high up for the arm triangle, though. We see the shoulder is over Cole's face, so most of this is going to be uncomfortable. But it could lead to possibly gift wraps, or if he does adjust down, which it looks like he might be trying to do, he could get himself to an arm triangle. Yeah, you just look like you'd be in a spot where you're uncomfortable. Now it's getting a little worse. If he can keep that second arm up, he's got some more options. Now he's got Mike watching and probably coaching, so now you're in more trouble. Caleb finally, well, no, I guess not finally. When did you get the sweep? Okay, you're just denying. Yeah, we saw that. And then a little body lock passing, switching up to some more float passing, smashing the legs down. And we got Austin and Matt over here too. Peters is massive. Look at those biceps, dude. See the shadow all the way from here, bro. So Caleb's got Danny flattened out on his back. He's got his arms up above his head. This is a rough spot to be. Gets the mount. So Joe, for here, since you have Cole's arms up, something you could think about, right? I know we've talked about mount a little bit on the side. You've, up to this point in this round, you've had Cole's arm isolated. You've struggled to get to an arm triangle. So another good option you could try is working up to a high mount position, right? If that arm triangle isn't working for you, if you can't get your shoulder into a good spot, bring your knee up the body and work to a high mount position. You even have both arms up, right? So this is where you would want to consider going to an S mount, fully isolating Cole's arms and controlling his shoulder line with your legs. It's a great spot to be, but you got to move up the body to get there. I think Caleb, same for you, man. Like I'm sure you guys are probably chatting or having fun or whatever, but like think about, I'm just going to assume you're kind of thinking through what can I do right now. Danny's up on his side. Looks like he got something. Go back to what was making me think this. So with Danny up on his side like this, this is where I'm looking for gift wraps. I see you. Okay. I see you working your chest behind his tricep. That's good. That makes me happy. That's probably, I don't know what you end with here. Tell me if you remember. Oh, okay, maybe just a smother. Yeah. All right, good. I'll shut my mouth. Like who's coaching how to do that? I had no idea how to. Are you talking about the S mount? That's fine. We absolutely need to add that to your arsenal then. Because you're finding yourself in positions where it will be the #1 option. And I think it's coming from some of these like this arm triangle threat, some smother threats. Those are the sorts of things that open up to that. And if I honestly, if I had to rank it, like as far as where I want to be in mount, it's one arm, one arm isolated is like the lowest. I'd say gift wrap next, S mount at the highest, and we're not gonna talk mounted triangles. We're just gonna talk like upper body grips. So I put out a really high price on S mount, or a high value on S mount. And yeah, I fully agree with Ben. This was a solid round. Really, really good control from Joe here. Cole, I have nothing good to say about. See if he redeems himself against Danny. There's nothing more embarrassing than trying to talk shit and then your opponent immediately goes to smother you. And then what happens is your opponent, you verbally tap during a smother, and your opponent thinks that you're still talking shit and he doesn't let go until you have to slap him for a tap, like I had to do with Luke. Nice, very nice. Get you some very hard to submit gear. So Danny going down with the body lock. He's on an angle, but not a great one. I'd like to see, I think a better foot position would be stepping, like straddling Cole's legs. So having the left leg in front, the right leg behind. Might be able to get away with more. Might be able to shut down this takedown from Cole, but he's not going to be able to do that standing in front of Cole. Cole's got the whizzer, he gets the drop on him. So Danny does go for the, kind of straddling him, but I think it's maybe too little too late. Gets a big toss. That was it's kind of a fun freeze frame. But he's all right. He's managed to regard. He's getting safe again. Yeah, right? He just talks his way into submission. So let's see what Danny opts for with closed guard. If anything, maybe he'll choose to open. Okay, so he opens, sits back, looking for the front headlock. Great reaction from Cole. Nice way to keep the knees down. Stay in top position. Now putting a little bit of pressure on. Looks like he's looking for the big step over to mount, maybe. Actually, I don't know if we've seen Cole do that. I know Joe and Steven love to do that. There's the mount. So now he's mounts. This is great, Cole. Mounting with the underhook setup, right? This is huge. Nice, taking it up high. Working the smother, either for a tap or for a reaction. You lose the elbow here, though. You might still be able to get a smother, man, but like, okay, you got it. I don't know. If you get it, great. Like, maybe I'm just being snobby and technical about it. I'd rather see you try to recapture an arm, but if you think you're good, if you could feel like his head is aligned nicely for the smother, I guess go for it. It's not a terrible idea. Danny's so tired of being smothered. Danny was being coached by Luke. I can't tell you the last time Luke coached me in a round against any of you, so I have no sympathy. Danny looking for a mounted triangle here. And bails because I think he knew he lost that position. Trying to step a little too quickly to the mount without really much control. Or, I'm sorry, stepping to the mounted triangle. Yeah, so for Danny, he's already got one leg over, so I'm not entirely sure what his intention with this step was, because he's not going to be able to spin for the armbar. His leg is trapped underneath Cole, so the spin is not an option. I would say I would look for pulling this leg up the body. Like, you're going to need to get that along the shoulder line. I think the first thing to do here is bringing your forehead to the mat. This is going to take your weight out of the equation. Like right now, with your hips back, it's Cole's body weight and your body weight pinning your leg in place. So if you can put your head to the mat and maybe maneuver your leg up a little bit higher, you might be able to save the triangle here. From there, with your forehead to the mat and your legs becoming lighter and more nimble, you might be able to set up that figure four a little bit better, rather than, again, I don't know, maybe I just got the wrong idea what he was trying to do there, but the step was where he lost that position. Got Ben Diesel offering me a flow round, which I thoroughly appreciate. Who's that? Caleb and I think Jordan go for another round. And Joe and Mike, all right. Are you guys just working mount stuff, or did you move? Okay, looks like you moved. Good control over the head. Jordan was looking to that right hip, or towards his right hip, to start working the elbow escape. Caleb denies it. You and Mike doing some passing, Joe? Is that what you're talking about? Okay. Yeah, it looks like you guys are just working. So I see this from time to time. You guys know how much I love a shoulder push when it comes to, or like an armpit push when it comes to escaping. You're only going to catch me doing that in side control, or maybe bottom half guard, if they're like turned towards my feet. I'm never going to do it when somebody is mounted. This is just isolating your own limb. Caleb does have an opportunity for an armbar here. If he brought his hips, it looks like his weight is biased towards his left side, so I don't know how easy it's going to be for him to swing that leg over and get his hips behind the elbow or behind the shoulder. So the armbar isn't happening right now, but the chance is there, the opportunity is there. And if Caleb notices that Jordan does this a lot, well, then next time he's in mount and next time he tries it, he's going to be better prepared to go for it. So Jordan, while I'm happy to see you working to get Caleb off balance here, I want to see you working on elbow escaping instead, or kipping if the situation calls for it. Here it looks like you start to make that adjustment, like you start to work down the body, but you wasted some valuable time. Those first couple seconds where Caleb is establishing his base, that's where you might get a little bit more of a win working down at the elbow escape. It even looked like your elbow was there. I can't think of a good reason why I'd have you with your hands up top towards the shoulders. There you go. Now you're kind of, I think, adjusting, getting that mistake out. But Caleb is steadily maintaining his position. There we go. We've got his ankle. Now we got to get his knee. It's going to be tough the way he's got this grip. Nice. Good way to fight out of that, Caleb. Scoop that elbow. Remember, guys, smothers are great. They're great for subs, but they're really great for reactions. Those high elbows that help get them out of your smother are always vulnerable. We're getting there. We're getting there. There we go. Got to pass your head outside the tricep now. There it is. Nice. This looks good. That was really good. That was excellent, man. Quick post right on the tricep. Get the grip, forehead to the mat, step off. Love it, man. That was really solid. You made quick moves when you needed to make quick moves, and otherwise you took your time, made sure you had your grips, made sure you had the position. That was nice. Proud of you, girl. Oh, Jordan, if you so you just sat a little too far down the leg. I think Baker would have been proud of that one. If you right here, you got to sit right down to Caleb's hips. That's gonna put Caleb's knee in a terrible position for him. Great position for you. That's where you lost the move. You just didn't get your hips low enough. I appreciate you, dog. You guys are having really good rounds. I love that Jordan is like super into learning legs. Like it makes me really happy because he's moving like a smaller guy getting into these leg entanglements, like that last one that spin around to the knee bar. I hope he realizes, I know you realize, Caleb, just how screwed he was here. I think you were telling me about this. This was where he was ripping on that straight ankle. Jordan, just FYI, you're losing this shootout at this point. You're in a, Caleb's being a sweetheart, not breaking your knee, but you're in an inside heel hook. Maybe you know this, and maybe you're just like, screw it, I know Caleb's not going to break my knee, and you wanted to see if you could finish the straight ankle. I don't blame you if that's the case, but Caleb had you in a really bad spot, so I just hope you recognize that. You're welcome, Laser. I appreciate you even more. He likes to step over knee bar. Yeah, no, that's great. The step over knee bar is awesome. 90 extra degrees, you're into cross ashi. When Jordan gets comfortable with inside heel hooks and cross ashi, we're all going to be in a lot of trouble. Oh, toe hold. There you go, into your own step over right to an outside heel hook. Nice. Caleb, you looking nimble too, man. Looks like you know your way around these leg entanglements now. Also scary. Let's see, that's the end of this round. All right, last round. And we got Mike and Austin to close it out. Mike's looking to set up a cross Ashi entrance here. If Austin keeps pressuring forward, Mike will enter cross Ashi. Austin may be a little wise to it, so he backs off. Starts looking for a double underpass, but I think realized he was a little too extended. Yeah, let's learn more about them. It's going to be terrible. Yeah. Jordan, man. Hit me up at class. Like, I'm sitting around here not training as much, so I'll be happy to go over leg lock stuff with you. I'll even let you do it on me if it's my left leg. All right, so Austin working on a body lock, but Mike's got him pretty extended here, and that's where that position becomes very vulnerable. And Mike switches to a triangle entry. Just before we go forward with the triangle. Yeah, so right here, Mike sets up his overhooks. And there, as he starts to sit forward, what he's doing is getting Austin's legs pushed back and kind of like widening his base. And from this point, when you've got your arms locked around your opponent's waist, you don't have the ability to base along your shoulder line, right? So Mike kind of has free reign which side he wants to take him, judging by the fact that he's already on his right side. He's got that left butterfly hook in. Mike's most likely looking to like hook sweep Austin completely over, but he makes a change here as Austin opens his grip. I think he bases out with his left hand, and Mike uses that as an opportunity to hit a triangle right there. This is where he hits a little, let's see the move. Yeah, as he's based out, pulls that knee through. And I don't know why he did this, because his knee hurts. Okay, this makes more sense. He's going to the wrong way triangle now. He squeezed Austin's ribs. That's I know how bad that hurts, Austin, and I'm not gonna make fun of you for that, because Mike has triangled me before where it hurt so bad that I felt like my sternum was collapsing. So I fully know what you're feeling. So I didn't get a bucket tear or a bucket handle tear. I was fortunate. As far as how it happened, I have no idea. The doctor seems to think that I could have had it the whole time, and whatever move I made that made my leg get inflamed, my knee get inflamed, the inflammation is the real issue right now. I just happen to have a partial tear in the meniscus, so yeah, I'm just taking it easy until I can get the inflammation back under control. I don't really have a choice, because I can't like squat or anything, and bringing my heel to my butt is not a good idea. So it's just taking some time off, resting it, which I'm terrible at, and then going from there. Fortunately, I get to avoid surgery, so I'm happy. At least I get to avoid it for now. Thank you for asking, Laser. This is so dejecting, making your way to mount with Mike, but he's got the stiff arm on your hip, so like you're never fully set in, and you're a few kips away from a leg entanglement, which he's throwing everything at Austin right now. He's got the threat of a Rimiashi, and then he goes, yeah, think about the shoulder crunch too. Which one do you want me to do? So he opts for his beloved shoulder crunch sweep. He's keeping that arm straightened out now. Maybe he'll look for a straight arm here. Not typically Mike's MO, but given his limited mobility with his legs, yeah, I think that's what he went for. Yeah, he's got the wrist grip. You see him torquing it down. Let's see if we could catch any examples of Mike's chaining together his passing styles right now. Austin's definitely someone you're going to need to do that with. There we see a little bit of high stepping. Notice how much, for all you guys who have trouble passing, and Mike and I talk about this on the stream a lot, look at the connection he's made to Austin's legs. before ever trying to pass around the side. Like, his foot movement isn't super dynamic. It's good to have dynamic foot movement like we see Baker doing. But the most important thing here is his connection to Austin's legs. It's going to slow Austin down on the regard, unless Austin addresses those grips and can maintain, staying square to him or staying in front of him. But with some pressure and a win in that grip battle, Mike makes his way around fairly easily. Austin gave him a little bit of trouble, but it wasn't enough to stop him. He's made his way to mount, 3/4 mount, time running out on the clock. See if he can get that leg by. He does not. Yeah, so I did upgrade my knee brace from no brace to our friend James. James, thank you for the recommendation. I feel like a bionic man in that thing. It's got hinges and rails on it. It's a killer brace. So hopefully I can put it to the test this weekend and see how if it helps me roll without any pain. So I don't know. It's all good. Thank you guys for hanging out. Laser, thanks for stopping by, bro. See, I'm sure we'll have Mike back on the next stream, most likely. What do we got going on? It is the 13th, so 17 more days. We got Joe's match coming up and John's as well at Blue Coast Grappling. If you guys can't make it there, you can tune in on combatsportsnow.com. Look for Blue Coast Grappling, and you can check out the pay-per-view there. You'll hear mine and Mike's lovely voices commentating for that event, and maybe we'll commentate loud enough for our students to hear some coaching. That would be unfair, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, March 30th, come on out and support if you can make it. If not, watch at combatsportsnow.com. I said it last time. I need to get it on the calendar. Some of the upcoming competitions in the next few months, so we can start training for those if you guys are interested, like New Breed and Naga. And yeah, I think that's it. We will be continuing on with closed guard the rest of this week until next Monday. We move on to open guard, so I hope you guys are ready for that. And yeah, I think we'll keep it there. If you guys are lurking in the chat, hit that follow button. We always appreciate the support, seeing some new followers, seeing some new chatters. If you like what you're seeing, you could subscribe as well to support the stream. Use your Twitch Prime. I think they buried it somewhere now, so you might have to look a little extra harder to find it. But it's a good way to support the stream at no cost to you, except a Prime membership, of course. But that pays for itself, right? Subscribe over at YouTube, where we're back to posting these now that my internet works. So you guys can rewatch these there if you need any other... need to revisit some technique breakdowns or questions or anything like that. Laser, thank you for the subscription, my bruh. No, Mike did not die. He just had to skip the stream tonight, but I will absolutely let him know that you were asking about him. Thanks for the sub, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, go subscribe over at YouTube, all that good stuff. And yeah, go trim your nails and do your laundry, and don't be stinky. And we'll see you guys back on the mats. Take it easy.